Hello, Trev here from Trevs Bees. We're October here in New Zealand, and this is just the start of the swarm season. So I thought I'd tell you a couple of tips on how I go about my swarm capture. Well, not so much the capture today, but how I put them into my nuke boxes or my little swarm boxes. This box here on my right is my standard 5-frame nuke box that I make. And this one here on the left is my swarm capture box. And I'm going to explain how we go through it. We've got a simple little swing door on the front, and this is my standard 75mm, 70mm opening that I make on all my hives. Only about 10 mils high, but it's 20 mils bee space underneath as opposed to the standard 10. And the reason for that is so that I can do an oxalic acid treatment by putting the oxalic acid vaporizer in through here. That's quite important when it comes to swarms, because all the varroa are on the bees themselves, and therefore if I treat early, within the first week, I can kill all the varroa that are on the bees, and there's no brood in there, no cap brood, so therefore I should get close to 100% kill. So how do I make these boxes? This is standard full depth frame, and when it's hanging here, as you can see, it is here 20 mils above the bottom of the box. 5 frames with a little bit extra space. I make a standard hive mat with about 10-12 mil bit of ply as the edge, so it sits up here. I like to put a couple of little buttons on here, and that stops condensation going into the hive, gets moisture on here off the lid, inside of the lid, but it doesn't actually go inside the box. Okay, just get rid of that. Now this fella, I get these lids specially made, and so I make a lot of nuke boxes which I sell, and I get these lids specially made for that. Unfortunately, because I only have 6 of these boxes, I had to fabricate up a lid myself. So this lid's just made out of a bit of 40 by 20 mil timber around the outside, a bit of hardboard in, covered with a bit of core flute. This is real estate sign. I like using the white, make sure the white outside, so I can actually write on it details about the swarm that I've caught, dates, times, such like. Another slightly different bee space, but it still works exactly the same. The difference comes in here, in that these ones are now 50 mils deeper. We'll try and get this on an angle so we can see if we can see in there. So that's the frame, and from here to here is 50 mils. Got a vent in the bottom, got a vent in the back as well, allow a bit of airflow through. So what I do is I take, having capped or gone to the swarm site, bees are on the tree or wherever they happen to be, and and I trim the branches. Having taken all the frames out, I can then dump, shake, drop, however I put the bees into here. Then and they will then all sit on the bottom of the box. I can then put the frames in. Generally, they will sink all the way to the bottom. I can close the lid up straight away. If I did the same with this box, these frames will sit up here until such time as the bees start climbing up the frame. When we've got the camera and the sound and a swarm in a convenient place, we're actually going to make a video of how I actually do that. But I'm sure it's pretty self-explanatory. So, then the next stage from that, I take this home, put it in its new location, and in 3 days, maybe 4 days, never any more than 4 days, I will then go back and have a look through this colony. By which time all 5 of these frames will be fully drawn out, usually got a fair chunk of nectar in them because the bees have gone out and started foraging and collecting. If you've got a prime swarm, that is the first swarm that goes with the original queen, by day 3 she will be laying eggs. So on day 3, 4, I know that when I go in there, if I've got a prime swarm, I will see eggs in the middle 2 frames, 2 maybe 3 frames, on that day. She will be a laying machine, and those bees are a wax drawing machine. They just draw wax like you don't believe. So it's a great time to get early wax drawn. And if necessary, I will mark that queen with a swarm colour that I happen to decide. And then on day 5, roundabout, I will then do a oxalic acid vapor treatment. That should then, one treatment should kill all those varroa, because there is no capped brood. The varroa can only be on the bees. So that's that. That's how I handle and look after the bees. Sorry, no, one more point. After treating of the bees with the oxalic, I will then, the next day, maybe about day 8, I will transfer all these bees into one of these nuke boxes, because I don't need that bee space. It's a big 50mm gap underneath, and all the bees will be in here. This box then goes back out, ready for the next swarm capture. I have 6 of these. Quite often, all 6 of them are in use, and I'm usually in trouble. But anyway, that's it. Swarm boxes, Trevs Bees. See you around in the beehive, or in this case, see you around chasing swarms.